English Rise Podcast.
Easy listening and speaking practice. Do you feel stuck in English because you have no one to practice with? Like you want to speak, but there's no one around you to speak with? If that sounds like you, then this episode is exactly what you need. Because today, we're going to show you something important. You don't need a perfect speaking partner to start improving.
Exactly. And this is a very common belief. People think, no partner, no practice. But the truth is, that belief actually stops you from improving. It keeps you waiting instead of speaking.
Welcome to the English Rise podcast, easy English listening practice to help you build fluency, confidence, and real-life understanding. Hi, everyone. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. And the good news is, you're not stuck. You might feel stuck, but there are many ways to practice and improve your speaking, even without someone by your side every day.
And today, we're talking about what you can do when you want to speak English, but feel alone in the process. We'll share simple, practical methods to help you start speaking today, even if you have no one to practice with.
And then the brain starts doing that annoying thing where it overchecks everything. You want to say one simple sentence, but in your head you're editing grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and then you say nothing.
I remember one learner telling me, I know the words in my head, but my mouth doesn't move fast enough. And honestly, that's not a language problem only. That's a practice problem.
Right, and it's also a confidence problem. If every practice moment feels like a test, of course you'll freeze.
So here's the big idea for today. You don't need a partner to improve your speaking. You need repetition, low-pressure speaking time, and a method that makes speaking feel normal.
That's such an important shift. Once you stop waiting for the perfect conversation, you can actually start building fluency where you are, with what you already have.
Let's begin with the simplest method. Talk to yourself out loud. I know that sounds almost too easy, but it works because it turns daily life into practice.
Yeah, and you don't need to make speeches. Just describe what's happening. For example, I'm cooking now. I'm opening the fridge. I need a spoon.
Or even, I'm getting ready for work. I will leave in 10 minutes. I forgot my keys. These tiny lines are like little speaking reps.
And if you want to make it a bit more natural, ask yourself questions out loud too. What am I going to eat? Should I take an umbrella? Do I have enough time?
That's great, because it turns your day into a real conversation with yourself. It's not weird, it's training.
Exactly. And then there's thinking in English. This one is powerful, but people make it complicated. You don't have to think in perfect paragraphs.
No, just simple thoughts. I'm tired. This is funny. I like this song. I need to answer this message. That's enough.
When you practice this way, you start connecting English to real life instead of only to textbooks. That's how the language becomes active.
Now let's move into active speaking methods because they give your practice more structure. First up, shadowing.
Shadowing is when you listen to a short sentence and repeat it immediately, trying to match the rhythm, stress, and pronunciation. It's one of the best ways to train your mouth and ears together.
For example, if you hear, I'd like a cup of coffee, you repeat, I'd like a cup of coffee. Then again, maybe faster, maybe softer, maybe with more natural rhythm.
And don't worry if you miss a sound at first. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to get closer each time.
Another one is mirror speaking. This is where you speak while looking in the mirror, and it may feel silly, but it can really help.
Yeah, because you can see your mouth, your expression, your posture. Sometimes confidence improves when you literally see yourself speaking.
Try a simple line like, "My name is Emma, and I like learning English." Say it with a calm face first, then with more energy, and notice how it feels.
And because you're looking at yourself, it becomes a kind of rehearsal. It's especially good if you feel shy when speaking in front of people. And because you're looking at yourself, it becomes a kind of rehearsal. It's especially good if you feel shy when speaking in front of people.
Recording yourself is another game changer. I know many learners hate hearing their own voice, but that discomfort is actually useful.
Oh, definitely. Record 1 minute about your day, then listen back and ask, did I pause too much? Did I speak too fast? Did I say a word clearly?
You don't need to fix everything at once. Just choose one thing. For example, today I'll work on clarity. Tomorrow, maybe I'll work on speed.
And role play is probably the most fun method. You create a fake situation, but the language is real, like ordering food, asking for directions, or introducing yourself at a party.
Let's do a tiny example. Hi, can I get a coffee, please? Sure. Would you like it hot or iced? Hot, please. That's a complete mini conversation.
Exactly. Then repeat it with different details. Change coffee to tea, change hot to cold, change one line. Suddenly, you're training flexibility, not just memorizing.
Now, let's talk about technology, because this makes practice available anytime. AI speaking tools, voice features and apps, online pronunciation practice, there's so much you can use.
And let's be real, this part is huge now. You can talk to ChatGPT, ask it for role plays, ask it to correct your sentences, or ask it to act like a travel agent, a cashier, a teacher, whatever you need.
Yes. For example, you can say, ChatGPT, help me practice ordering breakfast in English. And then it can give you lines, ask you questions, and even correct your mistakes.
That's amazing, because it feels like a practice partner that never gets tired. If you want the same situation 10 times in a row, it can do that.
And if you're shy, that matters a lot. You can make mistakes privately, repeat slowly, and build confidence before talking to a real person.
You can also use voice practice apps. Many apps let you repeat phrases, record your voice, and compare your pronunciation. That instant feedback is super useful.
Right. And with listening plus repeating, you can turn any short clip into a mini lesson. Listen once, pause, repeat. Listen again, repeat again.
I like to tell learners, don't just consume English, use it. If you hear a sentence, say it. If you hear a question, answer it. If you hear a phrase, make your own version.
For example, you hear, I'm not used to speaking in public. You can repeat it, then adapt it. I'm not used to speaking English. Or, I'm not used to speaking quickly.
And that adaptation step is important. It turns passive listening into active speaking, which is where real progress happens.
Let's go even deeper with AI for a second, because some people don't know how to use it well. You can ask for topics, corrections, examples, or even short daily conversations.
Yeah, like, give me 5 easy English topics to discuss today. Or ask me 5 questions about my weekend. Or correct my answer and explain the mistakes simply. That's practical and flexible.
And now, social platforms. This is another great way to practice because you get real language from real people. Facebook English groups, YouTube comments, online communities, all of that can help.
Yes, and I want to say something specific here. YouTube can be a gold mine if you choose the right teachers and the right topics in English.
Absolutely. Look for teachers who speak clearly, use simple explanations, and give examples you can repeat. Then choose topics you actually care about. Travel, business, daily conversation, pronunciation, whatever keeps you interested.
That matters because when the topic is interesting, you pay attention longer. And when you pay attention longer, you remember more language.
You can also practice in the comments. Write a short reaction, like, "This video helped me," or "I learned a new phrase today," or even a simple question about the topic.
And reply to other people too. That's a small thing, but it's a real speaking habit in written form. You're building response speed.
If you're nervous, start with just one sentence, then maybe 2 sentences. You don't have to be perfect to participate.
And if you want more structure, you can follow a YouTube channel about one topic for a week. Watch, comment, repeat key phrases, then use them in your own speech.
That's smart because it creates repeated exposure. The same topic, the same vocabulary, the same style of speaking. Your brain starts recognizing patterns faster.
Then there are language exchange apps and local opportunities. These are great because they give you real conversation, but you still don't need to wait for the perfect partner.
Exactly. Create your own chances. If there's a meetup, join it. If there's a language exchange app, make a profile. If there's a small group online, say hello.
And here's an important truth we want to say clearly. You do not need native speakers to become fluent.
Yes. Practice with learners. Practice with people at your level. Focus on communication, not perfection. If the other person understands you, that's progress.
Sometimes learners think, if I'm not speaking with a native speaker, it doesn't count. But that is just not true. A real conversation with another learner can still teach you speed, vocabulary, listening, and confidence.
So let's put this into a simple daily routine. You don't need a huge plan. You need a repeatable one.
Here's a practical 10-minute routine. 2 minutes listening, 3 minutes shadowing, 3 minutes speaking, and 2 minutes review.
For the listening part, pick something short. For shadowing, repeat 1 or 2 lines. For speaking, talk about your day or your plans. For review, note 1 phrase you want to reuse.
And if you have more time, great. But if you only have 10 minutes, that still counts. Small daily work is better than big occasional effort.
That's really the message of this episode. Don't wait for someone to practice with. Start with your own voice, your own routine, and your own courage.
Exactly. Say the sentence out loud today. Repeat it again tomorrow. Record yourself. Comment on a video. Use ChatGPT. Do one tiny thing and then another.
Little by little, your English gets stronger, and speaking starts to feel less scary and more natural. Remember, learning English takes time, and that's completely okay. Just keep going, one small step at a time. If you enjoyed this podcast, come back again and keep practicing with us. We'll keep learning together. Easy listening, better speaking, rise higher. Thank you for listening today. See you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. And remember, your voice is enough to begin. We'll see you in the next episode.